Without objection. Representative Nunn.
Well, thank you, Chairman Molinar and the China Select for having this conversation today. Look, I've been on the front lines as a counterintelligence officer fighting against China for over the last 2 decades. And I think we all recognize when China starts to dominate in any sector, whether it's semiconductors, whether it's innovation, critical minerals, it becomes an unfair advantage they gain, particularly when it comes to healthcare and biotech. So let's be clear, the United States becoming reliant on China for key ingredients of our generic medicines and the infrastructure that drives drug innovation is a loss for everybody. This panel has been fantastic in highlighting that this is bad for both patients, for physicians, and it's a bipartisan issue that I think we all want to get after solutions for. I represent a rural district in Iowa with an urban core, and in every town and every community, we believe that life-saving innovations, championing what helps Iowa across the country, is a success story that we're able to drive here at home. Strengthening U.S. drug innovation and reducing our dependency on China is a direct opportunity to improve healthcare for all Americans. Right now, as we noted, China has a dangerous advantage over our essential generic drugs. For example, about 90% of global API supply for generic antibiotics originates or depends on Chinese manufacturing. Ensuring we keep innovation and clinical trials here at home instead of in China means having confidence that diabetes patients have access to critical antibiotics, no matter what's happening geopolitically in the world. And that cancer patients have the opportunity to be first in line for a life-saving drug, not overseas. Keeping these clinical trial opportunities in our communities improves health outcomes and increases specialized care. It's not just about our patients either. We have research and capabilities that are strong in America. Every federal dollar invested in biotech here at home generates more than 150% return for local economic activity. I'll highlight in 2025, federal research dollars support over 2,000 jobs in Iowa, nearly $485 million in economic activity. This is a win-win-win. This fight with China isn't only about national security, it's about keeping Americans healthy, keeping innovation in the United States, and keeping jobs in our community. So with that, I want to talk to the leader of Strand Technologies. Dr. Beechcraft, you highlighted some of the real challenges that we're trying to get after here and the tragic impacts of cancer on communities across the country. I'll note that diseases like cancer don't impact everyone in the same way, but in my home state of Iowa, Palo Alto County has the second highest rate of cancer in the country. Equally, in my district, Jefferson County has one of the lowest cancer rates in Iowa. It's well below the national average. This disparity is deeply concerning, but it also gives us reason for hope. It means that we can take real actionable steps to improve patient outcomes. And I think everyone in this room agrees that no matter where you are, you deserve the opportunity to have access to cutting-edge materials, like the research that you have done that's so encouraging for us. And a perfect example of that is what the University of Iowa, which conducts more than 200 clinical trials, many of them cancer-related, are supporting not only thousands of jobs, spurring millions in the economy, but they're saving lives. Which leads me to my question. What would it mean if all this went out the door? If all of it was reshored on China, and if our ecosystem sent most of our early-stage clinical development to Beijing instead of right in the heart of America?
So this is, thank you, Congressman. This is what has been going on in the biotech sector. And a lot of our, the rate of increase of early stage clinical development is increasingly going to China. First with US biotechnology companies going to China to run their early stage clinical development programs. But now, and as we've seen time and time again with Chinese economic competition, Chinese domestic competitors now spinning up to run their own trials directly, selling those into America. Americans, by revenue, either from private insurers or from Medicare, Medicaid, and the U.S. government directly, account for roughly 50% of global drug revenues. So as the center of gravity of drug development and drug sales shifts to China, it is the U.S. citizen that is footing the bill for that, either through their taxes or through their private insurance, because in whatever way you model the cash payments, they go out the door. Not only do I think that we can compete with them by reforming some of our early clinical trials for a district like yours in Iowa, which borders my home state of Illinois, We know that we have incredible clinical resources, incredible clinical centers. No one runs early-stage break-in clinical trials at those centers because of the cost and time it takes to run a clinical trial. Often, once you're in the hole for $20 to $30 million just to get a clinical trial started, your board, your investors, everyone around the table wants you to go to the most famous institution you can. If you reformed that, if it was 6 months and $5 million to get that, and you allowed these clinical sites to work more regularly with companies like mine, you would see a greater spread. And in fact, when Australia reformed their early stage first-in-human trials to the clinical trial notification system, that's exactly what we saw. We saw the private sector build centralized IRBs, which allowed a greater spread to more hospital groups. And you would find that people like my family who grew up in central Illinois, who lives there to this day, if they were to be diagnosed with a cancer that had no standard of care left to have, their options would be to spend the remaining years of their life in a city they had never been to before in order to access a clinical trial or accept their fate. And I think that as the richest and most powerful country in the world, America, that is unacceptable.
Dr. Beecraft could not agree more. And just to highlight this as our closing argument, this is already happening. Phase 1 and Phase 2 has already fled to China. Let's not let Phase 3 happen, because the reality is all of us will be in a harder place. Thank you very much for your testimony today. I yield back my time.